So here's a question, one that I think keeps a lot of bosses up at night.
Oh, I can imagine.
How do you make people feel like they're actually close friends when they live, thousands of miles apart?
Right. We're not just talking about being polite on a video call.
Exactly. We're talking about a real connection.
And that's the big challenge of our time, really. When your team is just a grid of faces on a screen, it's so easy to feel alone.
Totally. And that is exactly why we're doing a deep dive today into a great article from the website VA Gods. It looks at how to build real communities for what they call global human virtual assistants.
Or VAs, yeah. And that word global is the really key part there.
It is, and we will get to that in a minute. But first, the mission of this deep dive is to solve a puzzle.
The puzzle of belonging.
Yes. How do we build a place where people feel like they belong? Because according to VA Gods, if you don't have that, you don't really have a team, you just have a list of workers.
That is a hard truth. So let's start with what a community actually is. It's not just a chat room.
Okay, let's unpack this. The article on VA Gods uses a perfect image to explain it. Think of a community garden.
I love that image.
So you go to the garden to grow your food, right? That's the work. That is the job.
Yep.
But the article makes a great point. You don't stay because of the tomatoes. You stay because of the other people in the
other people. You stay for the help. You stay because someone helps you water your plants or gives you advice.
Right. It is the bond. But for VAs, there's no dirt. There's no garden.
So VA Gods says you have to build that garden online. You have to make forums and spaces that are easy to use.
The easy is the trick.
It has to be. If I have to jump through a bunch of hoops to talk to my team, I won't do it. It has to be as simple as walking over to a neighbor's fence.
But why should a boss care? I mean, if the work gets done, does it matter if the VAs are friends?
Oh, it matters a lot. This is where we can focus on the benefits.
Okay.
VA Gods lists some huge wins here. The first is just social connection.
Which stops people from feeling lonely.
It does. But think about the work itself. When you have friends at work, you have emotional support. You feel safer.
And when you feel safe, you ask better questions. You learn faster.
You're not scared to ask for help.
That makes so much sense. If I'm scared of my team, I won't ask for help. But if we're friends, I will, and I'll get better at my job.
Exactly. The source implies that better mental health leads to better work. It gives people a purpose.
They aren't just typing on a keyboard.
No, they are helping their friends succeed.
Now, here is where it gets really interesting. We have to talk about that global part.
Yes. Localization.
VA Gods makes a big point about it.
And it is so critical. You cannot treat everyone the same way. The article mentions collectivist cultures.
Okay, let's break that down. What did that mean for a manager?
Well, in many parts of the world, people care more about the group than they do about themselves. In the West, we like to say, look at what I did.
Right, focus on the individual.
But in a collectivist culture, that can feel, well, shameful. They prefer to say, look at what we did.
So if you try to praise one person in front of everyone, you might actually make them feel bad.
You might. And that is why localization matters so much. VA Gods warns us to be careful.
We have to make sure our online garden feels safe for everyone, no matter where they grew up.
That's the goal.
That is a huge insight. So we know we need this community. We know it has to be inclusive. But how do we keep it alive? I mean, communities die out all the time.
They do. The article says the secret sauce is consistency.
Like making it a habit.
Yes. You need to meet often. Maybe it is a weekly check-in. Maybe it is a monthly game. But it has to be on the calendar.
Because if people don't know when the next meeting is, they just stop caring.
They drift away.
VA Gods also had some practical tips on tools. They mentioned things like Meetup or Eventbrite.
Right. Use the tools that make planning easy. Don't make it a chore.
And there was one last tip I really liked. It was about newsletters.
Recognition.
Yes. VA Gods suggest putting people's names in a newsletter to say, good job.
It goes back to that feeling of purpose. Even if you are in a group-focused culture, seeing the teams win in writing makes you feel proud. It makes you want to stay.
So what does this all mean for us?
It means that community is not a nice to have. It is a must have.
If you want your VAs to stay, you have to give them a reason to stay.
And that reason is usually other people.
Exactly. If you want to dig deeper into these strategies, you really need to read the full article at VA Gods. There's a lot more there.
It is definitely worth the read.
I want to leave you with one thought today. We talked about work, but think about your own life. If you joined a group today that made you feel safe and needed, how much better would your work be tomorrow?
That is a question, isn't it?